What if I told you that the most dangerous weapon on a battlefield is the one you literally can't see, hear, or even track until it's all over? You might have noticed many countries trying to catch up to today's tech, but the US is too quiet. You see, the US has escaped the rat race because it's already building something so advanced weapons that the world can't imagine. Let's take a closer look at why America's military tech always comes out on top. 1. The Northrop Grumman B-21 Raider. If we rewind to World War I, back then, militaries mostly used planes for just flying over their enemy lines to see what was happening, so troops on the ground didn't have to guess. But by World War II, planes had become the ultimate heavy hitters. Bombers could strike deep and fast. Fast forward to today, and we've got the B-21 Raider. This is more than just a mere upgrade. They call it the world's first 6th-generation stealth aircraft. The B-21 was made for a world where your enemies get intimidatingly good at their war games. Adversaries are using things like anti-access, area denial, A2, AD systems. These no-go zones are something that traditional planes can't touch or have access to. The Raider is the main key to those zones. It can easily sneak in, drop bombs or nuclear payloads, and leave before enemies even have a chance to track it. One of the coolest things it features is its open system architecture. Back in the days, if you wanted to add a new sensor to a bomber, you had to separate almost everything attached to your plane. But with the B-21, things are different. It's like an iPhone, you can simply push a software update or swap out a part without full-scale renovation. This is a huge accomplishment for maintenance because the older B-2 Spirit took about 60 hours of total work on the ground for every 1 hour it spent up in the air. Let's talk about its price now. This beast costs about $692 million per plane, contains 30,000 pounds of weapons, and covers over 6,000 miles without refueling. That's like flying all the way from New York to Tokyo without stopping for gas. Dark Eagle, the long-range hypersonic weapon, LRHW. The world is currently obsessed with hypersonic weapons. Both Russia and China have been bragging about them for years. A hypersonic missile doesn't just go fast, it goes Mach 5 or higher. That's 5 times the speed of sound, or roughly 3,800 miles per hour. At that speed, you could fly from DC to Los Angeles in under 40 minutes. The US answer is the Dark Eagle. What makes it different from a standard missile? Standard missiles fly in a big, predictable arc like throwing a football. If you know the starting point and the angle, you can guess where it's going to land and shoot it down. Hypersonics like Dark Eagle don't play that way. They skip along the top of the atmosphere and can zigzag mid-flight. By the time enemy radar figures out the missile has changed direction, it's already hit the target. The Dark Eagle stays at the very edge of space, slipping through thin air where normal defenses can't reach it. It's designed to hit those A2, AD systems we mentioned earlier, taking out the enemy's eyes, so the rest of the military can move in safely. 3. The Glide Phase Interceptor, GPI. So, if everyone's building hypersonic missiles that can zigzag all over the place, how do you even stop them? That's where the Glide Phase Interceptor comes in. To get it, you need to understand the 3 parts of a missile's flight. First, there's the boost phase. That's when it's blasting off and leaving the ground. Next comes the glide phase, where it's screaming across the atmosphere at insane speeds. Finally, there's the terminal phase, which is when it's diving straight for its target. The Glide Phase Interceptor is designed to catch it in that middle stage, making sure it never even gets close to hitting anything it shouldn't. The glide phase is where these missiles are most dangerous, because they're moving fast and being unpredictable. The GPI is a joint project between the US and Japan, specifically designed to hit a bullet with another bullet in that middle phase. It uses advanced tracking tech and a hit-to-kill approach. It doesn't just explode near the threat, it physically rams into it. It's integrated with the Aegis weapon system used on ships, meaning the US Navy can turn any equipped destroyer into a shield that protects an entire fleet from hypersonic attacks. 4. The LGM-35 Sentinel. Nuclear weapons aren't something anyone wants to talk about, but they are a massive part of staying untouchable. The US relies on a triad bombers, submarines, and land-based missiles. The land-based part has been using the Minuteman III since the 1970s. Think about that. The computers running those missiles were designed around the time Star Wars first came out. The LGM-35 Sentinel is the 21st century replacement. This isn't just about making a bigger explosion, it's about reliability and precision. The Sentinel is 60 feet long and can be launched in minutes. It has a range of over 6,000 miles and is incredibly accurate. We're talking about hitting a target with a circular error probability of less than 165 feet. If you're launching something from halfway across the world and landing it within half a football field of your target, that's insane precision. The power difference here is just insane. A single Sentinel missile can pack up to 300 kilotons, while the bomb dropped on Hiroshima was only about 15 kilotons. That's like one Sentinel carrying the force of 20 Hiroshima bombs. But here's the thing. It's not just about raw power. These missiles are built to be ridiculously reliable, which is exactly the point. They're not meant to be used. They exist to make sure no one even thinks about striking the US first. It's kind of like having the ultimate insurance policy, terrifying in theory, but designed to keep everyone safe in practice. Basically, it's power that keeps the peace. 5. Helmet-mounted radar. Military tech isn't just about giant bombers. It's about the person on the ground. For decades, soldiers had to rely on their eyes, ears, and maybe some bulky binoculars. In urban combat, like moving through a city not knowing what's behind a wall can be a death sentence. Now, we have helmet-mounted radar. We've gone from radar systems being 360-foot towers on a coast to a tiny device that fits on a soldier's head. Using tactical augmented display, the helmet feeds data directly into the soldier's visor. Here's what this looks like for a soldier on the ground. With X-ray vision, they can detect movement through solid walls. A 360-degree awareness system acts like having eyes in the back of their head. Anyone sneaking up behind them triggers an alert on their screen. There are no blind spots, even through smoke, dust, or total darkness. And with a GPS HUD, the map floats right in front of their eyes, so they never have to look down at a handheld device. 6. Lethal autonomous weapon systems, LAWs. This is where AI meets the battlefield. LAWs refers to drones and robots that can gather info, make decisions, and act on their own. The goal is simple: take the human out of the most dangerous situations. Take Anduril's Ghost drone. It's a 37-pound, waterproof drone that uses AI to track targets without a human having to steer it every second. But the real game changer is swarming. Imagine thousands of tiny drones acting like a hive mind. They talk to each other, update their tactics in real time, and overwhelm an enemy's defense. In 2016, ISIS actually used a small version of this against U.S. Special Forces in Mosul, and the military called it their most daunting problem. Now, imagine the US using smarter versions of that. The money factor is hard to ignore. A Talon robot costs around $230,000, while keeping a single soldier in the field for a year can run over $850,000. The advantage of using robots is clear: they don't get tired, they don't falter under stress, and perhaps most importantly, if one is destroyed, no family has to mourn with a folded flag. 7. Cyber warfare technologies. In 2026, a war can be won or lost before a single bullet is even fired. The US cyber branch is now just as important as the infantry. This isn't just about hacking, it's about controlling the digital landscape. On the defensive side, they use AI to find holes in military networks before the enemy does. It's a constant game of digital whack-a-mole. On the offensive side, they can shut down an enemy's power grid, mess with their supply chain, or scramble their communication. If a general can't talk to his troops and his troops can't see the map, the army is useless. Cyber warfare is the digital sword that lets the US create chaos and uncertainty for an adversary without ever putting a boot on the ground. It's insidious because it's invisible, but it can cripple a nation's ability to fight back just as effectively as a bomb. Why it matters. The US spends more on defense than the next several countries combined, but when you look at these 7 techs, you see where that money is going. It's going into minimizing risk. Whether it's a bomber that snags the glory, a hypersonic missile that moves too fast to see, or a robot that clears a minefield, the philosophy is the same. Stay so far ahead of the curve that no one wants to find out what happens if they cross it. The U.S. military isn't just about being the strongest, it's about being the smartest, the fastest, and the most unreachable. What do you think? Is there another tech that belongs on this list? Maybe the Navy's laser weapon systems? Let us know in the comments. And if you're curious about more gear, check out our video on the most deadly military weapons, or click this other one instead.